It's the last Maybank holiday in May and we have finally managed to get away. So it's basically been freezing cold in April, like 2 degrees, and then May has been constant rain every day. And we haven't done any sailing. Well, Ian's been dinghy sailing, but Izzy and I haven't. It's a little bit chilly now because it's about 8 o'clock at night, but we've made it down to Stangate. Izzy had school when Ian had work, so we're down here. We're off to Burnham to see our friends. Lots of friends, hopefully. Quite a few people up there we want to meet, so should be good. Ian's got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'll probably help him lift the anchor and then go back to bed. And we've got Izzy's best friend on board, Jenny. So this is our first time taking another child away for 3 days. But all it's going very well so far. So it's Saturday morning, about 9:30. We left Stangate at 5:30 this morning. It was actually a little bit choppy, wasn't it? Because it was on the nose. Yeah, it was bumpy, the hull was banging. Wind over tide in the Thames estuary is always a bit choppy, but nothing we couldn't handle. And then obviously once we got to the Whittaker, we put the sails up and turned the corner and it's been downwind. So we are cruising with our new sails. Izzy has actually fallen asleep again. I think having a friend and a sleepover on the boat and then getting up at 5:30 with the bouncing, she's exhausted. Her friend's got more stamina, she's still up. Whether she has to come in a bit, I don't know. And Ian and I are exhausted. But we don't get any choice. So there you go, my dad's over there on his boat. I think he's actually turned his engine off now. Yeah, I am. Am I?
You don't know. There's my dad. We're looking for seals.
Because along the Crouch you've got mud banks either side and you nearly always get seals, so I'm hoping that Jenny can see the seals. But you know us looking for wildlife, it never shows up when you want it to. Anyway, I think I'm going to put the kettle on. It's a cup of tea time. By the time it boils, it'll be 10 o'clock, won't it? Oh, and check out my gin and tonic seat. Look, Ian's built one both sides now.
Got one each.
It might look posh, but it's actually made out of old decking. So it's really not posh. This is something that you don't see every day. Can't work out yet if it's trimarans or catamarans, but they're racing. They're going upwind up the River Crouch. Woohoo! Against the tide, yeah. Spectacular.
Right, one cat's tacked and it's heading for us. It is. Oh, look at that massive jib to get in. That is heading for us. Oh, cool. No, that is a dragonfly, that one, look. The sail is. Look at that.
That's zero, eh?
Yeah, stunning. And there's only 2 people crewing it.
actually just taking selfies rather than taking the view. Great view behind us.
Is that?
How much? I've got it on here.
Alright, okay, I've got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa, looks dangerous.
Yeah, do we want to be sending this to Sarah?
You getting wet, Jenny, or not?
Not really.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, your turn, ready? You're going to have to take hold of these quickly. So.
Oh, they're tied on, they can't go anywhere.
No, it's in because we're already moving. We're already moving. Go, quickly, go.
Nothing's quick in a boat, remember? Steady.
Kind of, or we're going to hit a boat. Put your next shape. Go straight, straight, straight.
That's good, Jenny.
Turbulence. Trying to move made by his own career. Settle Quattro, but he strikes back in the three. That's fantastic. Through back in Quattro, using the agility of that Yamaha to fight straight back in the
Hello.
Ready?
While Mum works and Dad watches the MotoGP, Lizzie and Jenny swing around on her hammock. Yeah, you realise the crab are going to eat your bacon and then go away before you put them out?
We're going it 8 minutes because it's already been 2 minutes.
I'll go and check it in a minute.
Okay.
So it's Sunday morning and time to leave. We helped Grandad get off, and then we watched John and his crew leave their berth, both of which were very uneventful. So now it's our turn, and a number of things conspire to make it a bit trickier than really it should have been. Firstly, although there wasn't much wind, the wind was blowing from right to left, off the pontoon, and Daffy, with its nice new spray hood and dodgers, presents a lot more windage than we're perhaps used to with our old boats, and hadn't really given enough consideration to. Plus, the tide is going out, and although you don't really get much tidal movement in Burnham Marina, what little there is was again going from right to left. Finally, the cleat on the end of the finger pontoon that we're tied to was halfway between the midship cleat and the stern cleat. So as soon as one of the lines was removed, the boat swung to the other line, which being much longer allowed her to move a long way sideways. All of this meant that we drifted slowly into the motorboat on the left-hand side. Now he, fortunately, had a nice big rubber rubbing strake around the side of his boat, and we of course were hardly moving, so there was no damage done to anything. But it's always embarrassing, isn't it, when you bump into another boat? At this point, Hannah pointed out that this berth that we were in obviously belonged to a Burnham regular, had put his own fenders around the berth to make it easier for him. So I stuck Daffy in gear and we motored against the nice big fender that was at the front for the bow. This allowed us to hold her in position while we untied the lines. I should also point out that the long lines wouldn't have been a problem if we'd actually removed the fender step that we had tied to the centre cleat. This fender step meant that it took too long for Hannah to untie that centre cleat when we originally tried to leave, because if that had come off easily, we'd have again probably wouldn't have had time to move. So in hindsight, what we really should have done is remove that fender step before we'd started, to have moved Daffy back so that the midship line was now short and next to the midship cleat, so that when I untied the stern line and we untied the bow lines, Daffy would stay put. Then could have slipped the midship line and we would have just motored out without any drama at all. But lesson learned, we won't be quite so complacent next time.
Good morning, it's 8 o'clock in the morning and we have just left Burnham. 10 knots on the nose at the moment, but obviously once we turn that will be a nice reach. Woohoo! Yeah, the girls are still in bed, but that's fine. Lovely.
You like those boats?
So we've just gone round the Whittaker Beacon and put the main up, turned the engine off, and we're just about to put the jib out. It's a bit warmer now, it's cold going into the wind. It's quite pleasant now. Our friend John's just put his main up as well, and Dad looks like he's going to just keep motoring, I think.
We know we're nearly back home when we have to dodge the Montgomery. I don't know, funny looking ship, isn't it? And why do they all dump water out of their anchors like that?
Oh yeah. That's weird. Guess so it's all coming out of one space, maybe? I don't know. Hello.
Get me away from the shot. They're wearing smart new t-shirts because it's Jenny's birthday and it's Izzy's birthday soon. What do they say?
Keep calm and play hockey.
Yeah, because they're hockey people really, aren't you?
Not boat people.
Well, we're all packed up, exhausted.
That's how much stuff we've got to get in the dinghy somehow. Ooh. We're just dropping the sails so we can get there under engine now. We're nearly there. So Jenny, have you enjoyed yourself?
Yeah.
No
So an
pressure.
interview. No pressure.
Izzy, have you enjoyed yourself?
Mhm.
Has it been better with a friend? Yeah. Cool. Thank you, Jenny, for coming with us. It's been a lovely break. Oh, there's the engine. Better help him. So that's it. The end of a fantastic bank holiday. I am very red, as you can see, and gone very blonde because it's really sunny and lovely. But I'm in a coat because it's still cold. Happy sailing!